Last time on Shadow Piece, the battle between the sweet cook Sanji and the Sin of Pride Pyridine continued. Surprises after surprises, and neither side gave the other much room to work with. Their respective fatigue is constantly building up, which leads to more openings for clean hits. Currently, Sanji is pushing strongly with his flame kicks, but every now and then the giant fighter lands a single punch that equals out all of the damage. Meanwhile, in another part of the New World, Sanji's family, the Big Mom Pirates, are preparing to go to war with the Blackbeard Pirates. This is not only about revenge for the attack on Totoland, but also about the rescue mission concerning Charlotte Pudding. She is a precious member of the Charlotte family, both because of the family connection and her being a member of the Free Eye tribe. A special race in this world that apparently can hear the voice of all things, and thus also decipher and read poneglyph writing. This ability was likely the only reason why Kuzan of the Blackbeard crew kidnapped specifically her. 11 members of the Big Mom Pirates gathered to discuss strategies and their further actions. Without a plan, things can only go bad for them. However, we aren't going to see these preparations for quite some time. But remember, the strategic mastermind known as the Swamp Hero Karibu will shock us all. For now, we will refocus all of our attention on the final battle of the Winter Solstice Festival tournament. The last remaining Germa still zooms around the battlefield, striking whenever he sees a chance to do so. Compared to the battles on the previous day, this one isn't as spectacular, so for less experienced warriors it might not seem worthy of the title of the final fight, but everyone with enough experience or a good brain on their shoulders can understand that after everything the two participants have been through already, they just can't keep up the same amount of high quality combats. But the basics or fundamentals have their name for a good reason. Without them, no fighter can survive. That is also why in the past, Seth hammered these things into Sanji's head every single day and kept on repeating one sentence. Don't fear the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. After all the years, the blonde cook finally understood the depth of this saying. A basic kick is, as the name implies, nothing but a basic kick. But no matter how out of energy you are, you will always be able to use it. And if that basic kick can be perfected, it will win you every battle. No matter the outcome of this fight, once it is over, he will stop with fancy workouts and train only one singular kick. Unlike his opponent, Pyridine never really had one specific teacher or master. Ever since he was young, he just battled anyone who was willing and learned things from those fights. This never stopped, and even now he's learning stuff from the people he fights. Just a few weeks ago, it was the Samurai of Wano, from which he learned advanced armament haki, and before his semi-final, it was the Shadow Emperor himself. With Sanji's speed dominance, he finally chooses to reveal that thing that Maria taught him. Obviously, he couldn't master it for this battle, but if it is enough to stop his opposition for just a single moment, he can land a powerful punch. Since leaving Dressrosa, Pyridine discovered that he had these capabilities, but apart from random appearances because of emotional outbursts, he was unable to bring it out on command. Moria's small pointers, however, were enough to get a grasp on it. This type of haki cannot be attained through training, and only 1 in several million people are born with this ability. It is said whoever possesses this type of haki has the qualities to become a king. What is going on here is that Pyridine, for the first time in front of the people of Elbaf, is unleashing his Conqueror's haki. The power difference between him and Sanji is not big enough for an instant knockout. But the energy unleashed and just the surprise of seeing the Sin of Pride use Conqueror's haki paralyzes the Charlotte husband for a short moment. And that time frame is more than enough for the giant to pick up the human and smash him into the ground. This power bomb gets followed up by an elbow drop that destroys the arena even more. However, the Dark Messiah student could roll away just in time to avoid the attack, but just the power bomb alone has already left him with breathing issues. He needs to regain a stable breathing rhythm and stop wheezing, or it will offer his opponent more chances to inflict injuries upon him. Short of breath, he has to keep his Azure Pudding Inferno burning. The flames cannot go out, or it will bring major consequences with it. It's a back and forth battle, From countless smaller clashes to big attacks hitting, anything happens. The arena has suffered from a lot of destruction, and it's becoming easier and easier to get wrung out. Fist on feet, punch versus kick, the exchanges keep on happening, until one tiny thing happens that ultimately would lead to the end of this final bout. What is going on at the moment is that not every single giant is watching the tournament's last battle, and one of these people is now hastily running towards the area of the arena, waving something he is holding in his hands. People can barely make out his words. All they can understand is Char! War! Black! The closer he gets, the clearer his screaming becomes, until he finally is in reach of all the spectators. The news crew brought the newest newspaper! The Charlotte family, the Big Mom Pirates declared war on the Blackbeard Pirates to rescue some sort of Charlotte pudding woman! This is the worst case scenario. All of the Thrillerbug pirates already knew that Pudding got captured and kept it a secret from Sanji to keep his mind focused on the tournament. If he ever heard that piece of information, he would instantly want to leave the island, no matter the tournament situation. And that would hurt Maria's chances to get his hands on the devil fruit. The Charlotte husband might even start to hate all of the Thrillerbug pirates if he learns of this deception. Instantly murmuring starts in the audience ranks, distracted even when such a great final is happening. That just shows how much meaning the Charlotte name still carries on Elbaf. If only that random civilian could have waited like 1 hour, then Sanji maybe could have won the battle. But now the cook is frozen in disbelief. Pudding, his beloved wife, got captured by the terrible Blackbeard, and he is fighting here to get a wish granted? How infuriating! His family doesn't even know where he is, and all that in such a time of crisis. He just stands there, not moving, thinking about the gravitas of the situation. Hyrodin, however, didn't stop his action. Not knowing why Sanji remained in that position, he just expected some sort of counter, but his fist cleanly and easily hits the spot. If he didn't have his hearing issues from the battle against Loki, he would have never attacked his opponent in such a moment of emotional distress. It is pretty much dishonorable. Sanji gets sent flying one last time, and without any armament haki guarding his body, multiple of his bones get broken. It is almost an ironic twist of fate. If Hyrodin didn't battle Loki in the round prior, he wouldn't have had problems with his ears. It would have been an entirely different battle. There it is, the final ring out to end it all. All of the giants sitting around at first don't even realize that the fight has ended. This news screamer really took the air out of the climax of the Winter Solstice Festival tournament. When they notice, confused cheering for the champion Hyrodin starts to fill the venue. But everybody still has the announcement of the random giant on their minds. Only when King Odin stands up to praise the Sin of Pride, the atmosphere changes. Congratulations, young Hyrodin. You really are a great giant warrior. With this, actual cheering starts. It finally clicked. The most important tournament of the year just ended. As the champion of the Winter Solstice Festival tournament, this devil fruit presented to us from the gods themselves, and one favor from me, now belong to you. He did it. He achieved what he wanted to do. Prove everybody that sailing the seas makes you a lot stronger, showing that he truly became a brave warrior of the seas, just like the leaders of the pirate crew he named his own after, Dory and Broggy. Sadly, those two giants aren't currently on Elbaf, as they left together with Emperor Red Hair Shanks on some sort of mission. Odin even asks the winning giant what his wish might be, but Hyrodin is more occupied with where Sanji is and how he is doing. He did want to win, but not like this. In the corner of his eye, he spots the human on the ground, bleeding all over. Those are the eyes of a madman. The blonde pirate has one broken leg that he slowly drags behind him. When that becomes too much for him, he throws himself on the ground, taking his hands, only meant for cooking, out of his pockets and starts crawling like his life depends on it. He has to go to his family. No matter how his body might look at the moment, the only thing on his mind is getting to Hachinosu to personally murder the Blackbeard Pirates. An unexpected end to a great tournament. How things will turn out from here can be seen in the next episodes of Shadow Piece. But for today, that's everything from me. So I hope you enjoyed this. This is a twist that you probably didn't expect. Some of you might have even forgotten that Sanji did not yet know about the situation with Pudding. But it was going on. It was always there in the background. And we all knew that would happen sometime, that he learns it, but that it actually happened in the final? What a sick twist of fate. Let's see how this whole thing turns out. How will Sanji handle the situation? How will Absalom handle the situation, because he knew the fact that Pudding was captured? There are so many questions now, but you can only theorize what is going to happen for another week, until the next episode comes out. But for me, that's all for today. All that's left to be said is stay happy, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay cultured. Pyro, out. Bye!